Hey, I want to let you know today that not only are you worthy, are you valuable, but you are essential. Let me tell you some of the things. Essential, what does that even mean? I know a lot of us struggle with feeling that we have worth or that we are valuable or that we have a purpose. You are essential. You are indispensable, crucial. You are you're an intrinsic component of your world. You are fundamental, absolutely necessary. You are essential. You are absolutely necessary. And as I just said, so many of us struggle in different times in our lives feeling that we don't have any worth, we don't have any value. What are we here for? What is our purpose? Do I even belong here? Should I even be here? And you're so much more than just worthy. You are essential. I want that word to really sink in today. You have purpose, you have a mission, you have a reason, and you matter all day, every day. Every part of your life leads you to where you are now. It leads you, it teaches you, and through your growth and what you do every day, you grow in your daily purpose, in your legacy, what you leave behind, what you kind of pour out onto others, helping others. Okay, so through transparency, vulnerability, every experience, so every trauma, or perhaps you were someone that grew up with learning the tools to work through difficult situations. So see that we talk about trauma so much. And I have one girlfriend that said, I didn't grow up. Nothing terrible happened to me. I didn't have trauma. And I just thought, well, you're the only person I know. Maybe I know a couple, I don't know. But, I think she must have grown up with the tools, learning the tools to work through difficult situations. And what a gift to be able to give that and to pass that on and to pour that out onto the people that she's around. A lot of us spend years learning that so that we can work it into our own lives and then pour it out onto those around us. And I wrote down, I thought about, the life of Moses. Everything he went, so they're killing all the babies. And so his mom puts him in the river. And his sister Miriam waits by the river to watch him go down. And then the Pharaoh's daughter sees him. And so he grows up in the Pharaoh's home, but Miriam offers, they need a nanny, a nursemaid to help with him. So Miriam is right there and she offers up her mother, Moses' mom. All these things happen. And everything was for a purpose. And every good and bad thing that happened to him led him to the next thing and led him to a place where, he was just a shepherd. And each thing that he went through led him and gave him the ability to be able to shepherd and to lead his people through the wilderness for years, to have the ability to trust completely and fully in God for the miracles that he gave Moses and his people every single day. I'm talking too long, but we can see it's a very familiar story for anyone, even if you don't do Bible. Everyone knows Moses. And everything, if you start thinking about all the things that happened throughout his life, each moment, each good moment, each bad moment, each difficult moment led him to be able to serve his purpose. And he was serving that purpose every single day along the way. So remember that. If you're confused and you don't what is my purpose? Why am I here? You can use whatever your gifts are, whatever your flaws are, every day in order to pour out goodness, to pour out wisdom, to pour out love and empathy and the ability to listen onto those around you. Verses. I want to give verses so that you are convinced that you are not only worthy and valuable, you are essential. God created you exactly the way you are. And if you let him, he will use every event, every disaster, every trauma, every victory, every learning experience, every failure in your life, so that he can work through you in order to purposefully encourage others, teach others along the way. So even if you feel like you don't know your purpose, every single day, just by being you and allowing God to work through you, you are an essential part of God's plan every single day. I feel like I should end there, but I do want to give you some verses. So we are God's masterpiece and purpose. Ephesians 2:10 and Psalm 139 verses 13 and 14 say that we are God's handiwork, that we are knitted together by our Creator. We are intentionally created. He created you, specifically you, with intention, on purpose. Ephesians 1 verse 4 tells us that we are chosen and that we are loved before we were created into this physical form. He loved us before we even got here. He chose us and he loves us. We are deeply loved and chosen. Isaiah 43:1 and Zechariah 2 verse 8 say that God calls me, he calls you by name. He calls us by name. He protects us. He owns us. He purchased us. He created us. Oh, gets me so excited. We are the apple of his eye. We are the apple, or what puts a sparkle in his eye. We're the apple of his eye. 1 Peter 2:9 and John 3:16. We are chosen and we are a special possession to God. We are essential to God's mission. Romans 12 verses 4 and 5 and 2, Corinthians 5 verse 20, we function as part of Christ's body and as his ambassadors. We are an ambassador to the creator of the universe, to the creator of all the universes. We represent him. We are his ambassador to the world. That makes us essential in showing anyone around us just how magnificent and miraculous and awesome and loving the Creator is, that God is. We're essential in that. And God finds joy in us. If he's finding joy, before you got here, you brought him joy. No matter what you have done, you can't do anything that he doesn't see straight through to the heart of you. He knows you to the marrow of your bones, to the tiniest fiber, atom, molecule, energy that makes you you. He knows you intimately, and you bring him joy. Zephaniah 3 verse 17 and Luke chapter 12 verse 7, God delights in us. God rejoices and sings songs of rejoicing over you and values you. So there are so many scriptures right there. I could go on and on and on, but you are essential. You are essential. You are indispensable. You are valuable. You're crucial. You are an intrinsic component of this world that we live in. You are fundamental, and you are absolutely necessary. You, my friend, need to look in the mirror every morning and remind yourself, I am essential. I have purpose. And then walk out there and just be the best you, and leave little pieces of, when I say unicorn dust, just leave little pieces of yourself. Leave little pieces of Jesus. Leave little pieces of the Creator. Sprinkle them on anybody that you run into every day along the way at the grocery store and everywhere else, because you are essential and you make a difference and you do have a purpose, on purpose, every minute of every day. So tell yourself that every morning. Look in there, add it to your I am statements, and just look yourself in the mirror and say, I am essential. I am essential. Amen, sister.